I have a riddle for you. What's
Okay.
what's black and blue and red all over, and also it's like pink and yellow and green sometimes and black and white and silver and
Dang.
probably some other ones.
I thought a rainbow for a little while, but then you threw a few curveballs in there.
No, Ethan, it's not a rainbow. It's the Rangers, the Power Rangers. We're gonna talk about Power Rangers.
I love the Power Rangers.
Go Power Rangers!
Go Power Rangers!
And just instead of our intro music, we'll just steal that.
We just
Go,
use that.
go,
It's not like
Lord,
we're
you
monetized.
know.
What are they gonna do? Demonetize us? And get copyright claimed by fucking who is it now? I mean, Netflix.
Hasbro.
Knows?
Netflix made the last
Pretty
thing.
sure Hasbro.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that does sound right.
God, they
Yeah.
love
Hasbro.
making toys out of stuff and then purchasing the thing they were making toys out of.
And being like, and here's a movie. It's a
here's-
little edgier than the toys.
They do like to do that
Why do they like to do that so much?
because it appeals to our jaded, sick generation.
What
Yeah.
if the Transformers could pee on you?
What if
I
their
was-
blood was oil, but also their like coolant was piss, and they pissed on you?
You know, I was like, I'm far too adult now for my Transformer toys, but maybe if they did a little piss on some
Maybe if they
U.S.
like
soldiers.
real piss
or-
babies. Yeah.
It
Well,
wasn't on the soldiers. It was on like a government guy.
All right,
Yeah,
whatever.
thank
Yeah,
God. Even
a
better, the
politician.
feds.
Yeah, even better.
anyway, welcome to The Lore You Know, a podcast where some friends talk about the fantastical and often convoluted lore. Keep that in mind of the media that you grew up with and love. And here to talk about the mostly correct facts today is me, CJ.
Ethan? Is me?
And Liz.
Nelson. I wanted to know if I was going to put my last name in there. I don't think I've ever done that, but felt like I
Yeah.
was really building up this time.
Yeah, no, you just doxed yourself.
All right, Ethan, you are a bit of a cyber robo nerd, correct? Yeah. I wish you would stop posting mean things on all of our uploads. You don't even listen to them.
It makes
It's
me
crazy.
feel big.
We are okay. This might be the first episode where we straight up fail at the mission, but that's I think important to fail as well as
Our
succeed.
first rage bait episode.
Yeah, I
Oh.
guess. So we did. You weren't here for this one, Ethan, but we did Adventure Time last week.
Mhm.
And that's got a lot going on in it.
Yeah, that's-
and it's a pretty big scope, right?
Mm-hmm. What was the recording time on that one?
It was like 2.5 hours, or
Oh,
yeah, so it was like
that's
2.5.
pretty.
So-
That's pretty good for
yeah,
something
I
that
skipped.
chunky.
I skipped but I skipped a lot. I feel like if I
Uh-huh.
was listening to it, I'd be like, they didn't even fucking talk about the one, whatever, Banana Man. I don't know.
Even-
Princess and Banana Man.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about the Marceline and Princess Bubblegum breakup song that she did.
Yeah, I
Oh
didn't.
my
I
God.
don't. I don't feel qualified to talk about like lesbian drama, but but the point is, I was like, all right, that was a lot. Let's just pick like a nice, silly little topic. We can just knock it out. And I was like, I watched the new Power Rangers movie, the one that is an edgy reboot because they bought the license and they're like, this isn't your dad's Power Rangers. This is they're angsty. And
Your
it was
dad's
really
probably the only person who's gonna be buying Power Rangers stuff. Is the problem?
So, to be clear, the one that came out in 2017.
yeah, that one. And I was like, this sucks. I want to talk about the Power Rangers. So we had the Power Rangers on our list of topics for a while, and I was like, cool. I just did a long episode. Let's just do a little one on Power Rangers. It'll be easy peasy.
Oh my god, that's so ignorant. That's
My
the most
least-
ignorant fucking thing I've ever heard you say.
my research began with this one factoid that the Power Rangers as we know them are based off of a Japanese show, which everyone knows that, I'm pretty sure, called the Super Sentai. It's our first season of the Power Rangers. We call them Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in this neighborhood. Is based on the 16th series of the Super Sentai.
This is so funny because, like, it is little fucking American pilled brain. CJ thought he was like, I'll pick up just, like, a little topic. And then he picked, like, a genre. Like, what if I'll just do, like, a 20-minute episode on horror in its entirety.
Listen. I thought it would be a little more like, okay, haha, they got dinosaur powers. Maybe the dinosaurs walk into it, something like that. So we can't talk about all of Power Rangers because it's literally the most crazy, huge amount of stuff ever. Here, I'll list off all the Power Rangers that we got in America. Okay, I'm looking at 30. Okay. Although a couple of them are doubled up, so it's like a series and a follow-up series. So you've got like Samurai, but then you have Super Samurai. You have Megaforce, and then you have Super Megaforce. You have Dino Charge, and then you have Dino Supercharge. Right?
Crazy.
So
God, such a great.
I say you're actually pretty close with 20.
So beautiful.
You also have Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel, the Beast Morphers, Dino Fury, Cosmic Fury. These are all of the more recent ones, even. We have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, Power Rangers Zeo, Power Rangers Turbo, Power Rangers in Space, Power Rangers The Lost Galaxy, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, Wild Force, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, Jungle Fury, RPM.
Which one's the one where they're cops?
That's SPD.
Yeah,
that's the like space. Yeah, it's like the Space Patrol Division or some shit. I don't know.
Very good.
Oh, sorry,
man.
Space Patrol Delta.
They're space cops. That's right.
I know. It's fucking pigs in space. Am I right? Anyway. So obviously we're not going to talk about that in our hopefully looking at the time 1 hour podcast, 1 hour and 20 minutes maybe. But we're going to approach this from a new angle. I've pivoted during the research, okay? I want to talk about how we do lore as a like old series getting renewed into a new series. Because Power Rangers is a great example of a thing that's been around a long time. It has a lot of lore. The lore doesn't super matter that much because at the end of the day, you just have a bunch of footage of a bunch of Japanese guys in costumes fighting monsters, and then you string that together to create a cohesive narrative. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's way better than making everything a multiverse or whatever.
CJ.
I think it's. Sorry, I was gonna say I think it's right that you don't. The plot really doesn't matter, and the lore doesn't matter because it's about people fighting monsters and coming together as a team.
Yeah,
that's about all. As far as my understanding of Power Rangers,
yeah,
which
so
isn't a very big understanding.
If we get it a little wrong, then who cares, dude? It's fake. No, wait, don't say that. Otherwise, our whole show falls apart.
No, I was going to use this phrase when I made a shorter episode, but see, we could just call this is just a nice lore d'oeuvre, CJ.
Oh,
lore d'oeuvre.
Wow. Oh, wow.
That's pretty good.
We can make a little, like, music sting. Lore d'oeuvre.
To be fair, so Ethan has shared he's a Power Rangers fan. I will share, I have, like, no experience with Power Rangers besides being, like, aware of Power Rangers. Even as a kid, I was like, huh. Like, that was about it. I was like, okay, when I would see, like, a glimpse of the toys or something about it.
Yeah.
And so, even, like, via osmosis from CJ, I have learned more about Power Rangers than I ever have known about Power Rangers in my entire life.
Yeah, so we're,
And the very first American show came out the year I was born.
Yep.
So
93. All right. Actually, actually the first episode released very close to my actual birthday, which is cool. All right. So, let's start with a little bit of the real world lore, get that out of the way. As I'm sure you know, Ethan, originally, the Power Rangers was a Japanese television show. There is a genre of TV show that is basically just like costumed superheroes fighting stuff. Like sometimes it's aliens, sometimes it's monsters. Like it could be pretty much anything.
Yeah, no, that was a perfect description.
It's called
Heroes Punch.
It's called tokusatsu, and it's just it says
beautiful.
it's
art.
It's a live action program that uses heavy special and practical effects. So originally, the Japanese are over there. They're making their show called Super Sentai. Super Sentai.
Don't Google. What did you Google?
I thought it was called the Sentai Squad for a while, and then I Googled that, and I got a lot of porn.
So FYI, be careful.
So
or don't, or be pointed.
or if you're looking for
Yeah.
porn. I didn't see what kind of porn it was, so I don't actually know. But
It's gonna be pretty easy to find porn, no matter what you're trying to search when you
but
put
it's
in
like
Sentai.
I typed in Sentai Squad, and like the first 10 results is just like porn, and I'm like, okay, wow, it really thought I was specifically looking for porn. No, it's
like
called
you know exactly
Super
what you're
Sentai.
doing. Yes.
But I didn't. All right. So we've got the show The Super Sentai. It's in Japanese. It's all very like Japanese centric. I was watching a little bit of it because you can find like 24/7 streams of like whatever episodes happen to be playing on the internet. It's pretty fun. They tend to be pretty lighthearted, and then like heavy action sequences in the middle.
And people in really fun, silly monster costumes.
Yeah, they're great. Everything's practical. This was they were making these series in like the 80s and then the 90s.
And earlier, I think.
They didn't have a lot of like computer generated effects, so it was a lot of like pyrotechnics and stuff like that. Awesome. So we enter into the story again in the 16th series of the Super Sentai called Kyoryu Sentai Zayu Ranger.
You sounded real confident for about half a second.
Well, I think it's I never know if they're like trying to say Power Ranger or if it's just Zayu Ranger.
Power Ranger wasn't a thing, so
I know. Well, that's why I was like, I don't know if it was a weird translation thing, but no, so this one is like nothing particularly special, right? This is just another series in a whole list of series. But what's special about this season is that the American producers were like, wait a second, you guys already did all the really expensive part, which is to film a bunch of guys in suits knocking over a bunch of physically made sets. That's awesome.
And
what if we
to be clear, like not that expensive. Like you
mean, more
guys did
expensive
the
than they
slightly
wanted to.
expensive part.
The more expensive of the other half of the show, which is just filming a bunch of kids at a juice shop.
I want to point out, I thought this was interesting that I learned as far as like real world history is that Stan Lee is apparently the first person to try and approach people with like, we could adapt this crazy Japanese shit. And
listen, Excelsior, what if we took this crazy Japanese shit and made it in America?
He was the first person with Marvel, and they were like, no.
Fucking idiots. And now look at all their stupid movies. They're all basically anime.
I need to look at his name now because it's one guy, Saban. That's it.
Yeah,
Saban's the man.
Saban is the one who actually successfully did it. I read that the only reason why he pitched it successfully is because he pitched it to the current head of Fox, who had been also trying to pitch with Stan Lee back in the day.
Wow.
And so he was like, oh yeah, this stuff. Yeah.
Oh shit, dude, I forgot. And VR Troopers was another one he did. Oh man. All right, we can't get to Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Saban's a weird guy, man.
He's fucking weird, yeah. Man, he shaped the Fox children's block. The 4 kids stuff. Shit, dude. Wow. And then he.
And then Disney bought his
I was gonna
company,
say
which
for
became
$5
Buena Vista.
billion. All right, awesome,
Which
cool.
became
Yeah.
Buena Vista.
Oh, it was so funny because he just like there was nothing to the company.
So
he
I
was just
know.
getting stuff from Japan.
From the
Yeah.
Japan, but he had the connections, dude. Saban made over $1 billion from this. Unbelievable, overnight
I know.
billionaire. What a legend.
Oh my god, so good.
Awesome. Okay, so this guy is like, all right, we'll take all this footage over here. We'll redub it with American actors. Because you can't see all their faces. That's the whole thing. They're all costumed, like, and completely over their face. The only person, notably, who really has like a lip sync, and we'll talk about her, is Rita Repulsa, who is the main antagonist of the series, and she is definitely talking, and she's just dubbed over, and they're just like, whatever, who cares? Like, it doesn't match. Obviously, she's speaking Japanese in the original, but like, who cares?
They made her voice.
We were all watching Pokemon too.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
whatever. We were
Yeah,
used to
but
it.
they did it a lot lazier, I feel like, and because it was
Yeah.
they made her voice gravelly, and then sometimes she just talks really fast to like.
Yeah, I'm going to rule the world. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
That's just how she talks, I guess.
That's how she talks. So these guys are gonna redub the Super Sentai, and then they're going to intercut the fighting parts where they're all wearing helmets and costumes and stuff with American actors, and then they're going to kind of remake the plots from the original ones, because again, the original ones had their side plots as well that kind of play into the main through line of the episode. But they don't really matter all that much, other than like every once in a while you'll get a new power or something like that. So there's a little bit of continuity, but for the most part, you're just setting up reasons to fight big monsters.
I mean, a shit ton of it was just like 80s sitcom, like youth sitcom stuff, of just like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I can't remember the big fat bully's name.
Yeah, I didn't even look up those guys' names. Those guys disgust me.
All of these people, they're like, supposed to be in high school, and they're actually in their like 20s and 30s.
Yeah,
and they're just like hanging out at a juice bar, and some big fat guy comes out
too.
in the gym too, and they're just like, he comes out to bully them like they're all third graders, and it's so weird.
Ethan, you will never guess this guy's name. I forgot this happened in the 90s.
It's
so they
something
just named him,
weird. It's like steak.
They just named him Bulk because he's a fat guy.
Bulk. What's his little crony's name?
Skull.
Bulk and Skull.
They were
Bulk and Skull.
They were still in the trope of the little
Villains.
minion bad boys. It's a little stout fat
bean
one and then a tall skinny one.
Yeah.
You gotta do that every time.
So and this is, I guess they're kind of important. So the first thing I want to talk about before we get into it too much is in the Power Rangers, there is not really they don't do the multiverse thing. It's just everything is canonical. It all happens. Sometimes things happen in the future, and sometimes they're in the past.
Just like real life.
And sometimes they're in space.
Sometimes they're in space. Sometimes they're on different planets. But for the most part, it all happens continuously. I think I saw that the only series that isn't definitely in the main line is RPM, where they like drive around in cool cars and stuff. But they also can teleport to the world where all of the other Rangers are anyway. So whatever, that's basically the same.
I love everything is canon series.
Yeah. And so we know this too because a lot of, again, very popular in Japan, when you've got long-running TV shows, you're going to do crossovers with previous versions of your long-running TV show. So there's a lot of Power Ranger crossovers where the Power Rangers are all hanging out with other generation Power Rangers. And so that happens a lot here. And that's basically, and like Bulk shows up in the later series. So we know that that's canon in the main line because Bulk's there. So like, for the most part, we're all, everything, whenever they say anything, it's all canon, which means that the lore has to be real flexible.
I mean, and to be fair, like, that's the easier way to do it. Like, we're so big on multiverses nowadays, but like,
I know, just make everything happen, whatever. It's like, remember those other Power Rangers? Yeah, man.
Right, back in the 80s, Saban was just like, I don't give a shit. Like, whatever, yeah.
Who cares? What, they're writing an encyclopedia with all this information in there? Who gives a shit?
Listen, I just give me my money and have them hang out.
So much money. Yeah, for the most part, the Power Rangers are, or I should say Super Sentai, I think as a whole is kind of more of a sci-fi series. It's mostly like space robots and like, you know, giant mech suits and like, oh, I'm gonna download my power from the grid or whatever. So it's actually kind of a different vibe in this particular series of the Super Sentai, which became Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Because this one is a lot more like fantasy on top of being sci-fi. It's like it's a genre combination. And it shows, man. It's like, okay, so they're like space rangers that wear like superistic like clothes and they have giant robots, but the robots are based on dinosaurs. And also there's a wizard and she's evil. And it's like, okay, dude, I thought this was about like, you know, guys in spaceships, but no, this is, you know, we're going to introduce some magic. We're going to throw in some just kind of mystical genre stuff. But it's important to keep in mind that a lot of these things aren't like magic, really. They're kind of just like,
yeah, it's science fantasy. Yeah, it's like what is Zordon is their spiritual leader, and he's kind of a wizard, but kind of also like a big mechanical
he is like a guy. Yeah, he's like
a Wizard of Oz looking thing.
Right. He was once a man. We'll talk about him.
Well, only in the American 2017 movie was he also a ranger.
Yeah, I don't know if he was originally a ranger. I think he was, though, or at least something like that. We'll talk about that. We get a lot of lore in the first episode of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which I love, by the way. Listen, you can learn so much about Power Rangers just by watching the first episode because it was made for TV. So they're like, we need to tell them everything they need to know in 8 minutes because we've got 12 minutes of footage of guys fighting. And so let them have it. It's awesome. For me, personally, as a person who has to do a lore podcast, for them to just be like, I'm Zordon, here's the lore. I'm an interdimensional being. I was caught in a time warp, and now I'm here to help you defeat Rita Repulsa. It's like, okay, sick. I was like writing it down the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, God, I love that when I was a kid, too, though, where they're just like, listen, kid, here is the situation. Here are the stakes. Your friends here that you're watching on the TV screen have superpowers, and they're going to go at it. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I hope they... Fuck yeah. I hope they win. On top of all of the other stuff, so we've got these fantasy elements mixed in with it. We're also I just wanted to point out that this is all kind of like even a little new for the Super Sentai to kind of do this thing this way. Also I did reference dinosaurs. Their Zords are called the Dino Zords in this series. We'll talk a little bit more about them. I know that a mastodon and a saber-toothed tiger are not dinosaurs, but I'm just telling you what they told me. It's called Dino Zord. And that's another great thing about this whole show is they do seem to remember their own lore because they will say something and then it might contradict an existing piece of lore, but then they will point out this isn't like that other time that blah, 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 blah. So they really will just like, there's never a contextless moment. They're always like, you know, they might be referencing something you've never heard of before, but they're just like, yeah, but we don't need to worry about that in this instance because of blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I guess that other thing happened. I wonder what that's about. I don't know.
I mean, someone on the set of Power Rangers was like deeply into it. Sabin wasn't it, but like someone else who was there was like, I care too much about these rainbow soldiers.
Don't you think that would be such a dream job to be like the guy who knows so much about like Legend of Zelda or whatever, so that you're just on the set for the Legend of Zelda movie?
I don't, but I can see why you made a podcast like this now.
His boomerang it was a gift from the goddesses. Technically, it's not a regular boomerang. They didn't just make it. That's why it always actually comes back to him because it's magic. Idiots.
Actually.
All right. let's get into the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers now that we've got all this real world bullshit out of the way. Number 1, this movie was made in one of the best times in America, the early 90s. Number 2, the soundtrack rips shit. It's the most awesome thing ever, and it's constant. It's like the whole time a guy on a guitar just like it fucking rules. This holds up so good. Like everything in this, it's awesome. Third, you shouldn't skip through all the parts where it's just kids talking, even though that is the most boringest part, because it builds, you know, it's all part of this cohesive thing. You have to get invested. All right. So we go to it is a gymnasium / juice bar.
Oh, it was both.
Yeah, it was both.
That.
It was both. It's crazy to do both, but and this is where the kids hang out. And this is what's wrong with America, is there's nowhere for kids to hang out anymore. There's no gymnasium / juice bars.
Athletic ass kids. You know what? My college gym did have a juice bar.
Awesome.
I'll just share
Right,
that.
maybe that is just a thing and we're just, you know, lazy nerds and we've never gone there.
Okay, fair enough. We see our characters, and I'm just going to point out every Power Rangers series has a new cast of characters. Sometimes it reuses some of the previous cast, and you've kind of got a ship of Theseus with these Rangers. But for the most part, we're going to introduce the concept of what is a Power Ranger. Because here in the West, we ain't never seen this before. What is this? So we see a bunch of kids. There's one who's like doing karate with another kid, and he's like, I'm usually a break dancer. He's black, so he's like, usually a break dancer. It's the 90s. It's, you know, whatever.
This is what representation looks like.
Hey, they brought a black guy in, which is probably better than they had to do.
And an Asian lady.
And an Asian lady and a
Whoa.
regular lady.
Yeah, that's
So
true. They're
Whole cast of characters.
Dude, actually, that drives me crazy with how, like, conservative boomers will be like, shows these days are so woke, being diverse, and I'm like, that's what we fucking grew up on.
Yeah,
like, there was always like
It's been
a
this way
white
for a
guy,
while.
a white girl, a black kid, Asian kid, a kid in a wheelchair. Like,
Yeah.
that was what we grew up on.
That's what we grew up on. That they started
Been
putting that in
around
with
for a while.
weirdly always a like small Indian boy, never like
Never Indian man. No, yeah, it's always weird. Dr. Jones. Yeah, all right. So we get our cast of character. The karate guy is a white dude, but he's very strong. Breakdancing black guy who's also learning karate from him. That he's getting really good.
Mhm.
We have a gymnast who is the girl, just white girl.
Uh-huh.
There is the Asian girl who is doing like Tai Chi or some shit, which okay, whatever. And then now we have our fifth character who is another boy, but he's wearing glasses, so we know he is he's nerdy, and he's like, I'm here for my first karate class.
He's Billy, is that right?
That's Billy. You're so
He's
right,
Billy.
Ethan. Billy's important because he's gonna be our kind of through line, I think, through the rest of everything forever. As is the Black Ranger, who's, I guess I should learn his name, because although he is the Black Ranger, he is also the black guy, and I feel bad just calling him the Black Ranger over and over.
Doesn't sound good when you say it like that.
All
Is
right.
that
Let's see the
Or Zach.
Rangers.
Zach?
Oh yeah. Because in the movie he says Zach is back in black. And that's funny. Sweet. So yeah, we've got Zach and Billy. They're kind of important. They will show up later. But we see these kids are just hanging out together. They are already friends, which is great. We don't have to do the whole like, I'm getting to know you, which is important. Remember that they don't have to do that boring part. And they are just hanging out at the old juice joint. Meanwhile, on the moon, which is really orange and looks like Mars for some reason,
It's cheese.
a couple Japanese astronauts are exploring the surface of Mars when they find what is canonically called the space dumpster, or the dumpster prison, or just Rita's dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
It is a big cylinder. It does kind of look like it does kind of, I guess, look like a dumpster. But these unwitting astronauts are like, ooh, there's a precious gemstone in the middle of this. Let me grab it. This thing on the moon that we're seeing for the first time. Big mistake, buddy, because you've now opened the seal on the dumpster that indeed was containing the evil sorceress Rita Repulsa, who has been trapped
10,000
years,
I'm free.
That's right. She's been trapped in that dumpster for 10,000 years. She was counting, but now she is free, and she is going to enact her plan to take over the world.
Yeah.
How is she going to do that? She seems to have been trapped with a few of her minions. I'm not going to list all of them. She gets some new minions every once in a while and kills off old ones.
In fun costumes.
They're guys in fun costumes. But critically, one of these guys in fun costumes is like a molder of clay. And through him, he creates these little creatures that are called the Putty Patrol.
Very intimidating.
Yeah, they are also guys in suits, and they're all like wiggling around like
Yeah, they're
Vega.
in the less expensive suits.
Right.
They're in morph suits.
They really are. And they're like the whole time, and I'm like, that's crazy. That's what they decided with. That they just are like,
It's so good.
but they love it. So Rita is now amassing an army of these kind of foot soldiers, and then she has her sort of higher tier generals, which are her like monster, her monster people. And we are flashing back to Earth because Rita's been unleashed, and that's kind of unleashing this whole wave of plot now, because we go to the secret lair of Zordon. Zordon, as Ethan referenced, is just a big head in a tube. Maybe he's like a projection, or
He's a bald guy.
The tube is actually important. The tube is like it's like a time stream or some shit like that. Like it contains a time stream. And as I mentioned, Zordon is an interdimensional being who's trapped in a time warp. I think it happened in his conflict with Rita Repulsa 10,000 years ago. But now he's in there, and he is going to be the sort of sagely information giver to the Power Rangers. He is joined by his companion Alpha 5, who is a little robot. He's kind of got the C-3PO energy going on. Star Wars had come out by this point, so I'm sure there was some inspiration. He's always like, oh, dealing with teenagers so hard. You know? Yeah, I mean, I love him.
Man.
He's great.
It's so good. Like there's perhaps this only works if it's the age in which you like were a kid, right?
Probably.
But there's this like range of the like corporate types having absolutely zero respect for you that is just like so
like
good. It's so good when like they're just Zordon's first thing. He's like, Rita has escaped. We need to collect teenagers with attitude.
Literally, that is the first thing he says.
Teenagers with attitude. Over emotional.
Alpha, Rita has escaped. Get me 5 teenagers with attitude.
What is he? He says they're over emotional and over what?
Yeah, so that's in the intro. He says another amazing thing. The intro of every episode is just the background plot. It's like Rita escaped. I'm freed. He says, Alpha, get me teenagers with attitude. And then we see Power Rangers, and we're like, oh, our human brains know that's what happened. Cool.
Those are the teenagers with attitude.
In the original, like the very first episode, Zordon was like, Alpha, you need to find me five humans who are over emotional and overconfident or something like that. And he's like, you mean teenagers? And he's like, oh, okay.
Yes, teenagers with attitude.
Bring me teenagers with attitude. And he's like, okay. So another genius plot point of how the Power Rangers work. They have the ability to teleport. They can mostly teleport places if they want to, which is very convenient because the footage that the Japanese give them do not always line up with the setting that they're currently in, and so they just teleport to where they need to go.
It actually cracked me up in the first episode where they were like fighting some like putty patrol on like a rocky area, and then Zordon was like, "Hey, I'm gonna teleport you somewhere else," and they were just like, "Okay."
Okay.
And like, didn't really seem to have a purpose besides that they're like, well, they're fighting in a city in the Japanese footage, so we gotta get there.
Get them over there
Yeah,
because they're fighting
that's so good.
They were not suited up at the beginning of the fight, so they were filming it on location, and then they're like, all right, and now we switch to the other footage, teleport. It also is very noticeable now as an adult, just the difference in like the grain of the video, like switching from the kids
well, also
to the
that
Power
you're
Ranger
clearly
footage.
in to us a foreign city.
Yeah. You can like see like you can like see Japanese signs in the background. Like, it's like, oh, okay, you guys are in what, California? Okay, I guess that tracks.
just like because I'm a couple years older than you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm in the range of like 5 and 6 while the show is like still ongoing here and such. It's still like on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I had just learned that was what sci-fi like alien planets look like is Japan.
Yeah, I mean it's true. It does. It'd be crazy.
I must now teleport you to the putties on their mystical faraway plane. It's just downtown Tokyo.
Yeah. All right. So, Alpha finds him 5 teenagers with attitude, which are, as you might imagine, these 5 kids that we saw in the beginning. They get teleported up. They're like,
they're from Angel Grove.
Yeah, California. That's the name of their city. And then they just a very brief, very condensed version of the thing I don't really like, where they're like, space aliens and wizards and a giant guys in tubes. This can't be real. And then they're pretty quickly like, well, we're here and we're talking to him and we're looking at him, so I guess it is real. Which, good. I like that. Don't fuck around too much. Important again. Stop fucking around with the whole like, oh, this can't be happening kind of thing. So Zordon is like, hey, you guys have been chosen to be the new Power Rangers. I'm going to give you 5 mystical coins. These coins are going to allow you to tap in to the morphin zone, the morphin matrix. What the fuck is it called?
Morphin matrix sounds more right, but I honestly...
The morphin grid.
All right, there we go.
Okay. My bad. All right. These coins are going to allow you to tap into the morphin grid, which will allow you to morph into Power Rangers. It will improve your strength and skill tremendously as you kind of gain this knowledge as well as strength from the morphin grid. And you guys are going to fight these aliens. You're going to protect Earth. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. I love that for us.
Yeah, that's great.
It takes them a little bit of time, like less than an episode, to like learn how to use it and all that stuff. But the important thing here is when you tap into the morphin grid, everything kind of becomes instinctual. That you just follow your instincts, and that's the right thing to do. So that's, if you're ever wondering, like, oh, did they train on these giant robots? No, shut the fuck up. They're tapped into the morphin grid. It gives them the ability to pilot their giant mechs.
And they need the coins, right?
Yeah, that's the coins, the medallions.
The best robot lore is always the one where you just need to properly tap into something.
You're so right. You just gotta
we got to drift. We got to tap into the morphin grid.
Oh man. Apparently there is also a dedicated Power Rangers podcast. Shout out to those guys.
I mean, that's not surprising.
It's just called the Morphin Grid. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, they're called Jake and Josh. Come on, dudes. That's pretty good. Hey, shout out to you guys. I hope you're doing well. I didn't watch your show, but maybe I will later. I don't know. Looks pretty good. Okay. So, they use these medallions. They say it's morphin time. They hold up their medallions to the screen. You can buy those medallions and the little bands that they come in at the store. Again, is all marketable, baby.
They go in your like belt buckle, right?
Yeah, kinda. Well, it's like a big like knuckle duster kinda with this like medallion on the end of it.
Yeah.
And they put it on their hand and hold it out, and then that's how they.
Which I mean, every both Sentai and Power Ranger thing will have a different kind of morpher, so that the child must now buy a new thing.
Yeah, and that's another. So generally in the lore, the Power Rangers get their source from the Morphin Grid, and they have some sort of thing that allows them to tap into the Morphin Grid that allows them to morph. And so that's going to be pretty consistent throughout everything. Is you need to have some sort of token to morph. On top of that, Zordon gives him a few rules. He's like, all right, there's 3 rules to being a Power Ranger. Number 1, never use your power for personal gain. Fair enough.
Sure.
Number 2, you cannot escalate a fight. You can only meet the escalation, which is like the opposite of what cops are like.
We don't start a fight.
Yeah,
We
so
finish it.
I think that's a good rule, by the way. I do think it's very limiting, but I think it's a good rule. So they can't. So again, you're out there. How come they simply don't become the Megazord every time and like stomp all the bag? They can't do that. That would be an escalation. They're not allowed to do that.
Yeah,
all right.
idiot.
It's in the song. Listen to the extended version of the song. They can only use their weapons in defense. It's in there.
My god, that is in the song. So you're so right, CJ.
The song contains all the rules as well, which is funny. And then finally, you need to keep your identity a secret. Nobody can know that you're a Power Ranger. I don't know why that exists, but don't do it.
I guess it's just personal gain again.
I was gonna say it's clout.
I want things to go back to like these more like giving their universes more like restrictive rules like this again, because I actually think creativity blooms from like restriction.
They do. I totally agree. There's plenty of episodes where they're like, "Oh, we gotta morph, but we can't because everyone sees us."
Yeah, close in on your world building by giving it a set of rules.
Yeah, limit the rules. Even vampires have like 10 weaknesses, dude. Just make it harder for your characters. It's good. Okay.
Except I'm pretty sure they break all these rules a bunch.
No, they don't. No, they bring up all the time how they can't do stuff.
No, they break some of them sometimes.
They break
maybe
them
how I should say it.
It's always like a bending of the rule.
It's the same thing as fucking Star Trek's their like one law that like we shall not interfere with the.
They interfere with every single planet they go to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the prime directive. Yeah,
yes.
so right.
Yeah.
It is a little bit like that. Okay. Zordon also says, okay, the suits are going to make you powerful. The suits are really good. Ethan, do you think because they do a lot of crossovers, do you think they keep these suits in like cryogenic tubes? Or do you think they just make a new one anytime they need a new version of an old suit? Because like, it's like spandex. You could pump one of those out in like a day, right?
Right. Yeah. For a second, I was not sure if you were asking me about the production team or the in-world lore of these suits.
Well, the in-world lore is that they get the suits from the Morphin Grid, so they don't actually live anywhere. Yeah, I was just wondering how you thought they did it. I mean, there's a lot of suits.
But the thing is, because that's just a huge genre over there, like, especially when it was at its biggest, they just were producing a shit ton of suits.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
there were factories set up
to make the Super Sentai suits.
For fucking Sentai helmets, like, legitimately.
Dude, there's a room somewhere that's just filled with different Power Ranger outfits.
Yeah,
that would be so kick-ass. They'd be way too small for me, I'm sure, but it would be awesome. Zordon also is like, hey, if things get wild, you can use the Zords. The Zords contain the strength of the strongest creatures on the planet, which were dinosaurs, I guess.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Except then they're like, Tyrannosaurus, saber-toothed cat. And it's like, that's not a dinosaur.
Tyrannosaurus, Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, saber-toothed tiger.
I'm like, okay,
I mean,
two of those aren't
separated by millions of years of evolution. Yeah.
Listen, there's the two like alpha Chad dinosaurs are Triceratops and T-Rex, and
I love
the rest
that.
Just for show.
I love that they also have the shorthand that they use in all sorts of media, but they are, whenever they say like 65 million years ago, they'll never say like dinosaur times. They're always just like, this power has been laying dormant for 65 million years. And then before you see anything else, you're like, okay, it's going to be dinosaur, whatever the fuck.
Yep, yeah. Hell yeah.
We also are going to kind of get our personality profiles on the Rangers here, because he kind of lists off each attribute that these Rangers have. He's like, for you, you're bold and powerful. You get the Tyrannosaurus, the Red Ranger. And then other guy, you're both clever and brave. I'm going to give you the wily Mastodon, the Black Ranger. For being graceful and smart, you get the Pterodactyl. That's the more tactical, it flies. So that's a pretty good one. That is the Pink Ranger. Triceratops, for patience and wisdom. You get the mighty blue Triceratops. And Saber-Tooth Tiger is both fearless and agile. It's a cat. That one's going to the yellow one. She does happen to be an Asian woman.
Right. I also feel like you need to look up her name, because saying the yellow one
Trini.
is also gonna feel
Her name
bad.
is Trini.
Yeah, Trini Kwan. We know
okay,
that from
wait,
the movie we're going to talk about later.
Which one would you guys want? Which Zord?
Oh, Tyrannosaurus, obviously.
Ooh. That's tough. The Mastodon's pretty fun.
I want the cat, obviously.
You're gonna go Mastodon? I clocked you for a Triceratops, but you can have Mastodon.
I would like the cat.
It's in our new
Tiger.
In our new Power Rangers campaign we're starting up.
I guess Fran could have the pterodactyl. That's fun, because then she's supposed to be the girl one, but she's not the yellow one. So that's progressive.
How forward thinking of you, CJ.
And then
they did go out of their way to change that in Power Rangers 2017. They made the black guy the Blue Ranger, and I don't think
they made the Asian guy the Black Ranger.
Yes,
think
and
about
then
that.
They had I don't know,
ethnically ambiguous girl as the Pink Ranger.
Yeah, yellow.
And then a different ethnically ambiguous girl as the Yellow Ranger. And then a white guy as the Red Ranger.
Yeah, I mean, we tease them, and they
that really
certainly
handsome
deserve
Australian
that teasing.
actor.
But like, they were also trying and stuff. It's like, a lot of
you
lot of the like
5 white guys.
You could have 5 white guys. A lot of the later 90s Red Rangers were like black guys in a position of leadership, which was like not a TV thing at the time, So
sure.
Did they get an A? No, but they turned in their homework.
I wonder if the Yellow Ranger was a girl no, she must have been. I think I remember the original Super Sentai, but like the Pink Ranger on her outfit has a skirt. She's the only one. It's like the girl one.
Hell yeah.
Inclusiveness. You got to get that female audience. Those girl kids need something to dress up as for Halloween. Because this guy was dressed up as a ranger, but I think my mom got me probably not the red one, which probably sucked. I probably hated it.
And that is the root of all of CJ's problems in life.
Yeah,
Mom did not get him the Red Ranger suit.
Thanks, Mom. No, it's all right. You did all right. Okay. So, we've got our 5 Zords. The Zords are another ongoing thing. There's different Zords for each generation of Power Ranger. And of course, the Zords can combine together to create the Megazord, which is a humanoid robot that is awesome and powerful.
It's a Voltron.
It's a Voltron thing. I like these ones better. Just because, I don't know, the Voltrons they're all like cats, right? Like the robots,
Voltron?
the constituent robots are all cats, and then they come together to make a Voltron. But this one is like, they're all different. That's fun. Okay, so the Red Ranger, bold and powerful, he's the leader of the other Rangers. The Black Ranger is clever and brave. I think he's just like the next strongest fighter. The Pink Ranger is kind of like, I guess they're all kind of like clever, and I mean a lot of these like modifiers are like you're strong and smart.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you look at just, like, in the suit form, right, because all they do is fight, so it's not like there's a lot of, like, standout in that. There's more of the characterization when they're not in the suits.
That's a good point. Usually the blue one is, like, a inventive...
He's a smart guy.
Smart one. That's really the only one that matters because he's usually like inventing stuff. So Billy's gonna like invent things throughout the series, like crazy. I don't know if linking into the Morphin Grid also makes you smarter because he starts inventing some like truly crazy things almost immediately. I don't know if he was already getting ready to do that, but
do you think that was just like, was that just lazy writing, or was that people in the 90s, like as the internet's coming online, legitimately thinking that like inventors are magic?
You can just like build things out of ex nihilo just like overnight. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Maybe they did think that. That was kind of happening. Except it wasn't out of nowhere. It was just a bunch of like coked out engineers.
That's how we represent that to children.
Yeah, fair enough. And so they go through the plot of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as they're trying to take down Rita Repulsa. For the most part, it's all pretty episodic. They'll unlock a new power every once in a while. It's like, oh, we're not strong enough to beat her. Zordon will be like, I'm unlocking a new power for you. And it's like, Zordon, why didn't you have that available to begin with? He unlocks their weapons. Very cool. The red one obviously gets a sword. That is a leading man's weapon. The Black Ranger gets an axe. Mm-hmm. The Pink Ranger gets a bow that shoots like light arrows.
Princess Zelda ass thing.
The Blue Ranger gets a double-tipped spear.
It's like a trident.
It's like a trident. It's like a double-sided trident, I guess.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, it fucking rules. And the Saber-Tooth Tiger gets like size, like dual knives. Because, Asian, whatever.
Except that...
I mean, they all kind of are, I guess.
Not in
the
Japan,
axe.
it wasn't, because no one there was like, oh yeah, we should give the yellow one the size.
Right, like us. Yeah, I don't know. It just lines up that way. That's what I'm saying. None of this was malicious. They were just trying to be inclusive. And they and they just made the Black Ranger a black guy. And like, what are you going to do? Cut him a damn break.
Continue.
So a lot of stuff happens, but some of the overarching things we get are the Rangers. We learn that there are other ways to morph from Power Rangers. At some point, their coins that they use to morph will break. And then that is when they go to Ninjo. What the fuck did I call him?
Ninjor.
Yeah.
He made the coins.
Yeah, we get some lore that Ninjor crafted these coins many moons ago. He is a cool looking guy. It's also implied that he made the Zords, so he's just
Hell yeah.
He is advanced in the ways of Morphin Grid energy manipulation. So Ninjor helps them out a little bit. He's like, you guys are true Rangers. They get new Zords at a certain point, the Thunder Zords. A lot of stuff happens. There's a sixth Ranger, which is new. Most of the time, there's only 5 Rangers, but this time, there is a 6th Green Ranger.
Hell yeah!
We learn that Rita Repulsa actually also had a coin, and she gives it to another Ranger.
Yes, yeah. And CJ
turns them against them.
I need to change my earlier answer. I would probably have picked the Green Ranger.
Oh, you want to be the Green Ranger?
When I was a little lad, it was definitely
sure.
being the Green Ranger.
Sure. Yes, the Green Ranger is a classic enemies turn to friends trope. He is manipulated. It's basically Knuckles from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But he's manipulated by Rita Repulsa to turn against the other Rangers until they all are kind of like, we should be on the same team together. And so the Green Ranger eventually joins side with the rest of the Ranger. I believe he has a Dragon Zord.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's cool.
It's kind of like Godzilla.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah. I mean, and his whole fun thing is that like, when the other 5 form together, they make a Megazord. His is basically a Megazord on its own, but then the Megazord and his Megazord can come together into a super duper Megazord.
Fucking rules. So we actually have 6 Rangers in this one, although that is slightly unusual. And I believe he, at a certain point, stops being the Green Ranger and becomes the White Ranger as well. So we do get the White Ranger. but that is just the Green Ranger, but he's been like purified from his sins or something like that. I don't know.
You're so close to right, yeah.
Again, we're just gonna highlight some of this stuff, and then we're gonna talk about the movies. Another important plot point are there's these things called Zeo crystals. They seem to be connected to the Morphin grid somehow, and they are objects of great power, thus making them MacGuffins for a lot of the things. But Rita really wants these. At some point, they like break up the crystal into smaller crystals, and the Rangers each use their crystals to, be Power Rangers for a while. That kind of stuff. But we are going to hear about Zeo crystals on and off every once in a while. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Aliens exist. They hang out with humans all the time. We don't need to worry too much about that. But the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series is going to end. Here's like another kind of ongoing trope in these Power Rangers things. But at the end of the series, they kind of lose or like die or like, it like really ends very finally. They're never like, until next time, Power Rangers. They're always like, our base is blown up. They fucking destroyed our way to morph. Like, it's over now.
It's Jover.
It's so Jover, dudes.
That's just we got new toys to sell. Those old toys are no longer useful to you.
Throw them in the trash. Yeah, a real sort of Magic the Gathering style of doing toys. But they so yeah, what's eventually going to happen is our original Rangers are going to become impotent. I believe Rita Repulsa uses, or maybe not Rita, a different villain, uses some sort of time magic to turn all the Power Rangers into children, which is crazy, but whatever.
Zed?
Yeah, so
That sounds like Zed.
We need new teenagers with attitude, because now we have these babies with attitude, and someone needs to raise them with attitude.
We need teenage mothers with attitude.
And then that's when we get into Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers. That was That was a short run where Zordon summons some aliens from the planet of Aquinum. I don't know. Fucking, it's a water planet. They're like fish people. It's weird, but they are the Power Rangers for a while.
Nice.
We learned that there's a lot of Power Rangers. They protect the Earth from evil. They all kind of work independently. Zordon seems to know at least a few of them, and they're all over the universe, and they can teleport. So sometimes they just teleport from a different planet to Earth. Whatever. They go through all of this stuff to undo the time nonsense with the original Rangers. They do a lot of like Zeo crystal shenanigans. That's why the next series is called Zeo, because they kind of pick up where they left off. I think at a certain point the Power Rangers stops being like contiguous, or at least like again, it's all canonical, but every series for the first few series, at least in America, are all based on the previous one a little bit. It's like it's a continuation. They just stopped doing that at a certain point, and then just started being like, these are Power Rangers. You know what Power Rangers are. They're doing Power Ranger stuff.
Yep.
Great. Love
Hell
that
yeah.
for us. So this first part is all called the Zordon arc, because Zordon is alive in these ones. But they're fighting Rita Repulsa. They meet Rita Repulsa's family, which is crazy. There's Rito Repulso, which is insane. That's her brother. There's others. There's her dad. She's like, what are you doing? You should have taken over the world by now. You fucking kids these days. They don't know anything.
You're a disappointment.
And they do all this stuff with the Zeo Crystal and the Morphin Grid and all of that good stuff. And eventually we get to a point where they go into space. Obviously, they've been in space. You know, there's one series called Power Rangers in Space. But in order to stop all of the evil stuff, Zordon sacrifices himself. They open up his time warp tube thing, which unleashes an entity called the Z-Wave. And the Z-Wave undoes all of the evil stuff. So it washes over Rita Repulsa, and she just turns into a normal woman. She's not evil anymore. And it's implied that this Z-Wave takes all of Zordon's energy and all the evil energy and like scatters it over the cosmos and just like sprays it everywhere so it can't condense into anything. And then Zordon is dead from now on. And also Rita Repulsa is gone. Once her evil is extracted from her, eventually she is reborn as like the good wizard. And that happens for a while. But that doesn't... Yeah, but who gives a shit? Whatever. All right. So that's in... 20,000-foot view of what a Power Rangers is. It's got it's got Zeo crystals and Morphin and fucking big dinosaur robots and all that kind of shit. Awesome. And the fights are really cool. And like explosions happen in the background.
And that's it.
So I assume here, because the Zordon arc was like squarely in my childhood, right? And now you're moving towards these movies that I did not see when I was older, and I assume you're about to tell me that they were super great and I really missed out, and I haven't
loved them and you watched them. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna talk about two different movies, and I'm gonna kind of talk about them in parallel as point counterpoint.
Okay.
One of these movies actually kind of rules. Rip shit. It's awesome.
It doesn't.
You can come over and watch it. Dude, the 2023 one, you would really like it. You would like it if we came over and watched it, especially if you kept up to date on the Zordon stuff.
Okay.
The other movie sucks shit really bad.
You know what? It's kind of fun to watch at times.
Unbelievable.
2017 was.
I can't believe you.
But like not
so
because
boring.
it's so good, just because it's so silly.
No, it's so boring. Okay. I'm going to reveal to you now why I decided to do this episode.
Okay.
It wasn't requested per se, but I watched the 2017 movie and I got so fucking angry at it. I wanted to be like, oh, what do other people think about it on the internet? Specifically, I also had the question, what's the deal with all the Krispy Kreme tie-ins? Was there a weird Krispy Kreme tie-in with Power Rangers?
It is crazy the amount of times they say Krispy Kreme in the 2017 movie.
And so, of course, I wanted to do a little like mini Munch Squad or whatever and investigate. And indeed, Krispy Kreme did have like a crossover Power Rangers thing where you get Power Rangers donut. Awesome, I guess.
Yeah,
but
so easy for a crossover, like,
right.
Hey, we got different colored donuts like the Power Rangers.
I think they actually did shape them like their face or whatever, so that's neat. I guess
we
that's
made
fun.
a helmet out of it.
I was gonna say they're already round though. Yes, it's pretty easy. They didn't even have to get a new machine probably.
But it's like there's like stuff under a Krispy Kreme they have to go get, and they kept being like, get to the Krispy Kreme.
It was
and
crazy.
Then Rita Repulsa is like, it's in Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
And then she's like shown eating a donut,
eating a delicious Krispy Kreme donut.
Krispy Kreme.
This sounds amazing.
Shout out to that one guy on Reddit who really wanted more of Rita Repulsa exploring the Krispy Kreme because it was clearly a fetish.
This episode is because there's this one guy on Reddit when I looked up what's the deal with Krispy Kreme and this movie, and there's a response on that question on Reddit, and this guy was like, I really liked the Krispy Kreme stuff. I thought they could have did more Krispy Kreme jokes, and I was so angry.
He wasn't saying jokes. He wanted more with Rita Repulsa.
Well, he was like, what if there was a scene where she was like, what is that delicious smell?
Yeah.
I've never smelt anything as delicious as this, and I was like, shut up, idiot. I'm going to do a whole episode on my podcast about how stupid and wrong you are.
One of the beauties of the internet is stumbling upon people with the most specific fetish you've ever heard of.
He just wants to see Rita Repulsa slam some donuts.
Right. What if Rita says, oh, they taste so good, I wonder how they feel between my toes.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, that's kind of basically what he was suggesting. Sorry, you know what? I'm also assuming I don't know.
Whatever this little gremlin.
Yeah.
Creature. Yeah. So, hey, this episode's for you, person I'll never meet or have never exchanged any interactions with. Thanks.
We were really just You're really
so upset.
It left a mark on us. That
Yeah, right. I just want you to know you
I
hurt me.
talk about that post constantly to this day of like the one person on the internet being like, I wish there was more Rita
I wish
Repulsa
there
eating
was
donuts.
more tie-in
Ugh.
with a random food brand
Fuck
and this
yeah.
character.
All right. So, I want to talk about, well, so I saw a clip on the internet of like all the Power Rangers coming together, like from a bunch of different generations. And it's a really cool scene. And so I thought it was from a movie. It's actually just from one episode of the Power Rangers from one of the random newer series, which is insane. And so I didn't watch up to that point because I'm not going to watch 30 series worth of stuff for our 1 hour podcast. But the upshot is, it inspired me to go figure out like, oh, are these all like crossed over? It's like, yes, they are all canon. There's a lot of Rangers in the world. And specifically, the big thing to note is there are a couple instances where Zordon's like, you can't have multiple Rangers of the same type. Like, you can't have 2 Pink Rangers. That's a famous meme. Is like, too much pink energy is dangerous. Which is a funny thing to say. But my reading on it is you can't have 2 of the same color Rangers in the same generation of Rangers. Every generation of Rangers get their power from a slightly different source, and those powers are kind of like coded per person.
You can't
is
have
like
2
color-based.
pinks on the same team of Power Rangers.
Right,
Exactly.
you can't
can
have
have
2
two reds.
Pink Rangers unless we're doing a movie.
Well, and that's
Yes.
the thing is there was a big crossover event with all the Red Rangers where they had like 9 Red Rangers, and it was awesome. And they were all the Red Rangers from the different generations. It was really cool. They did the same thing with like a bunch of different stuff. And then that's why I wanted to get into this a little more, because they were just like listing off Rangers. They're like, look, they're here. Mighty Morphin, Dino Force. And I'm like, I know those guys. And then they're like, Mystic Force. I'm like, what the fuck are those wizards?
So to be clear, we wanted to make the Power Ranger episode because of a guy with a fetish on Reddit
Yep.
and a clip of lots of Power
and from
Rangers.
a clip of a bunch of Power Rangers that I saw. That's
Yeah,
how we
hell
decide things. Hey, if you have a better suggestion, put it
As I
down in the
said-
comments. Or if you want me to talk about
As I said,
specifically
our-
Mystic Force, I don't know, put that in the
our
comments.
Or if you
first
want me to talk
rage,
about
our
Krispy
first Rage
Kreme.
Bait episode.
Not doing that. Unless Krispy Kreme calls me, then I'll think about it. Hey, name your price.
So in the 2017 movie, I want to say, like I said at the beginning, I have never known anything about Power Rangers. I now know a decent amount, and it's the most I've ever known. And even I, upon seeing the 2017 movie, without any real context or fandom involvement, was like, people have got to be mad about this, right? Like,
They do the thing. It drives me nuts. But they are always shitting on the source material, and they're like, "This isn't your
It's
fucking dad's
cheesy
Power
and-
Rangers."
yeah, they're
They
like,
keep
"It's
being like,
too
"It's
cheesy."
not his Power Rangers."
they're like, it's too cheesy and dumb, so we'll make it dumb in a different way.
We're gonna make it cool and edgy. All right, what are we gonna do? The Red Ranger, his mom's dead, and now he's now he's got a single dad, and he doesn't super know
doesn't
how
get along
to
with his
emotionally
dad.
raise his son. Yeah.
His dad, who looks like he's like 10 years older than him in the movie, the actors.
my God.
The Blue Rangers are like a smart, inventive guy. Guess what? He's autistic, actually. He doesn't understand social cues.
I
It's
kind of like that.
All right, well,
It kind of
that
makes
one,
sense. Yeah.
I relate to that one, so.
The Yellow Ranger, she's like a juvie kid. She's like hardcore. The Pink Ranger, she has trauma too. I don't even remember what it was. It was so boring to listen to her talk.
Shout out to the other person on Reddit that was like, I kind of like this movie as a teen drama that just also has Power Ranger stuff in it. And I was like,
Jeez.
who the fuck are you?
The teen drama was the most boringest part. It was so crazy how boring it was.
God. Zordon's just like, get me teenagers with attitude. He's
Okay,
like,
Zordon-
no, Zordon!
Zordon is played by Bryan Cranston.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
forgot.
fuck
Yeah, he's cool, but like
Jesse.
he doesn't have a lot to do in this movie. we
they
sorry,
retconned
we opened with a vignette 65 million years ago. Forgot
Okay.
about that.
Okay.
It's Zordon, and he's the Red Ranger. He's like an alien as well. And they're fighting on Earth over a Zeo crystal. Because remember, those are important. Because Rita Repulsa wants the Zeo crystals. As Zordon will eventually tell us, there's a Zeo crystal on every planet that holds life. The Zeo crystal is like important to that. And so Rita
And then
Repulsa,
we watch the Yellow Ranger die in
Yeah.
front of Bryan Cranston Zordon,
yep,
who's
Oh,
the Red
beans.
Ranger.
his whole team died.
And then it appears to be the Green Ranger, who is Rita Repulsa.
She betrayed them.
Oh no.
So,
The
the
Green-
2017 movie is like, Rita was a Power Ranger. Zordon
Oh,
was
darn.
also a Power Ranger.
And they have this generational trauma now that they're
Which
inflicting
is-
on these teenagers with
From my
attitude.
understanding, that is not canon to the series.
I don't
Perhaps
believe.
we should not have trusted the lady named Rita Repulsa.
I think again.
Hi, I'm Rita Repulsa, and I'm your local friendly Green Ranger.
Well, they're aliens. Maybe it means a different thing in their language because they are speaking alien for a while, which is fun, I guess. And then that's where we learned that the Zords, they took on the shape of the most powerful creature on the planet at the time, which were dinosaurs. Again, cannot stress enough how the Mastodons and the saber-toothed tigers were not in dinosaur times. But whatever. Maybe they were. Who knows?
Love it. I love it.
Anyway, Rita Repulsa is about to kill Bryan Cranston, the Red Ranger, who is Zordon. And as they do so, a meteor strikes them,
Fuck
killing
yeah.
killing them
Oh,
both.
that's so stupid.
I don't
love
know
it.
if that's the meteor I don't know if they
Something
triggered
that. killed
that.
The dinosaurs.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be, right?
Oh, of course,
Like,
of course it has to be. I just don't remember why
I
there
love
was
when they
one.
write that into lore. That was written into the Adventure Time lore as well.
Yeah, that the dinosaurs were killed by a catalyst comet. Go
Why
watch the
do
last
people
episode.
like doing that so much?
I don't know.
Because they're like
Because there was great change.
They don't.
Ethan.
I was gonna say they don't like to think about the fact that at any point a meteor could just strike the planet and kill everyone. They like to think that there's like a reason for all of the species
There
on the
was
planet
actually
to
a
be wiped
super
out.
fun magical reason behind that.
Even though
Oh my God.
it didn't kill all the dinosaurs, dude. They're just birds and crocodiles now. So like,
Oh.
whatever. But
And that
Okay.
one crazy fish? Question mark.
question mark. Anyway, this kills Zordon. As we learn later, Alpha 5, who is in this movie, has downloaded his consciousness into their spaceship. That is why he
wait.
is a face on a wall.
Is Alpha 5 serious and grimdark, or is he still just a little goober?
He's kind of a goober. He's not as gooberish.
He's played by an SNL guy. I
He's
can't
played
remember his
by.
name.
Okay.
All right. Who voices Alpha 5 in that one? Bill Hader.
Bill Hader.
So he's voiced by Bill Hader. So he's kind of got that silly Bill Hader voice, but also it's like, I don't know. He's like,
It's not that silly of a Bill. It's just you're like, oh hey, it's Bill Hader.
yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, look, Bill Hader. I bet he likes Power Rangers. I bet he wanted to be in this movie. Whatever. Cool. Nice job. That all happens off screen. We don't learn this for like another fucking hour because we have to listen to all these kids' problems. But here, let me save you the effort. The red guy and the blue guy bond, and they're friends now. And the red guy and the pink girl, they bond.
They all bond.
They're into each other.
Yeah.
The
Create
other
strong
other two
bonds.
don't bond as much. They're just kind of there. The Black Ranger's thing is that he's Asian.
I don't
Sure.
think that's his thing.
What's his thing?
They're all teens with drama.
What's
I
his
don't-
drama?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Exactly. I think he's just Asian.
I wasn't paying attention. No, he said he like lives in like a trailer, right? That
Well,
was
he
it?
lives. I think his mom's sick,
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
but she's.
he's got
But,
family problems.
yeah, I don't know.
They
I
all
guess.
do.
That does. If anime's taught me anything, that's a very Asian thing. Is my
Yeah,
mom
he has
is
to take
sick.
care of his sick mother or whatever. But they all have attitude, but like not the kind that I like to see. It's all just like so annoying. Anyway, they jump into this like pool, this deep pool. Not like a built pool, like a natural reservoir pool or whatever. And they discover this area that has these gems, these mystical gems of various colors. It's like you, at this point, by the time they find this, you basically have forgotten this is a Power Rangers movie, because you get the opening sequence, and then it's just been kids talking about their problems for literally like 45 minutes, and you're like,
sucks.
and then all of a sudden they see these Power Ranger like gemstones, and it's like, oh shit, right, they're Power Rangers, or they're gonna be eventually.
But also Zordon in the show is immediately like, get me some teens with attitude. All right, great. You guys are going to be the Power Rangers.
Now.
And in the 2017 movie, he's like, you piece of shit
You'll
can't
never
be Power Rangers.
Be Rangers, you fucking idiots. You're fucking this all up. I can't believe how bad you are at this. Yeah, it sucks.
He makes them train a bunch to become Power Rangers. Because,
yeah.
well, you know, also, in his defense, he didn't pluck them straight from a gym with martial arts prowess already.
Right. They
well,
don't...
that's a bad call now, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was like a very smart Zordon move. Give me teenagers with attitude who also like to hang out at the martial arts gym all day.
And they're like really
day.
fit and can do super cool like karate moves.
Yeah, get me awesome. Those teens.
I don't remember exactly why Rita Repulsa is a like mummified corpse. I don't really know how that happened. She's just been laying around, I guess, for a while, and they like uncovered her, and that's why she's back. She's eating gold to regain her strength. You know, like how Rita Repulsa does.
You know,
I actually like that. That's like a Power Ranger stupid kind of thing I could get behind.
Sure.
It did like I was kind of like, so that must be true to the show. No,
nope, that's just the thing they made up. But also, I think it's because they wanted to use the villain. Do you know Goldar?
God, that sounds really familiar.
He's the like monkey. He's like the monkey guy with the like
big gold
wings.
He's got gold armor.
Yeah.
He's got golden armor. But
yeah, that's right.
In this one, he's just made of gold. So
he's fucking awesome looking in the original, and then like they were like, we'll make him even cooler. But you know what they did? They did not make him.
They
cooler.
made him look way
no.
He's just like a big gold statue without a face, and I was like, this is not cooler.
I do like Goldar.
Yeah.
So Rita Repulsa is going around. She's like murdering people for their like gold fillings and like doing crimes and stuff, and she's gaining
and looking for Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, she's looking for the Krispy Kreme. She doesn't know it yet though. She's looking for the Zeo crystal, but to do that she wants to eat a bunch of gold to regain her strength and also to create her minion Goldar.
Who's big.
Who's a big guy. He's gonna help her.
He's a kaiju.
Yeah, he's gonna help her get the crystal. She doesn't know where it is yet, but they'll figure it out. Fortunately, Billy, the Blue Ranger, he is named Billy. They're all named
the original Power Ranger names.
They have the original Power Ranger names, I think, or maybe it's just Billy. I don't know.
No, it's all of them.
It is all of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Billy, he's autistic, so when Zordon is like, the location of the Zeo crystal has been lost to time, he's like, I will use my autism to triangulate where the crystal is, and then he does that. It's below the Krispy Kreme. That's right, the Krispy Kreme that they have been hanging out in every once in a while in different scenes has a Zeo crystal beneath it. Oh, woo. Dude, the way I'm telling this, I'm just sometimes afraid that I'm making it sound too exciting. Like, I really need to stress. I really need to stress how boring it is. All of the kids are obviously I'm revealing things in kind of the wrong order, but so the kids find these glowing crystals that are kind of encased in a little bit of gold. And they call them the coins eventually. These are the new coins. Sure. They each line up with the different color of Ranger that they will become. And when they hold the coins aloft, it like restarts the ship, this ancient alien ship. And that is what allows Zordon to come back into being. He is like, whoa, I thought I died. And Alpha is like, I downloaded your consciousness, your essence, in fact, into the ship's computer so that you could survive Zordon. And now that the ship is reactivated, Zordon is here, and he's like, well, if you guys have the coins, that makes you the Power Rangers. And they're like, what are you talking about, Power Rangers? That's so crazy. I don't believe you, big head in a spaceship that I just fell into. I don't fight for that kind of stuff, okay? I'm like just dealing with my own problem. It's like, shut up and just be a Power Ranger. Why wouldn't you want this immediately? So annoying. They're all constantly like, yeah, let's figure out how to get out of here, man. I'm like, you want to get out of here?
Get in the robot, Shinji.
It's so frustrating to see these kids be like, we have to get out of here. It's like, no, you have to become Power Rangers, you stupid idiots. Anyway, Alpha 5 is like, hey, just so you know, Rita Repulsa is back, and she's gaining power, and I think we have about 11 days to figure this out. Which
She's
is not enough
coming
time
to eat all of your gold.
Yeah.
They say, oh no.
Oh no, my gabagool. Alpha is like, we have 7 days to get you guys morphed. That is crazy, not that much time, but also too much time. In the original one, they could just morph. This is implying that they can learn how to do karate and like everything else they need to do in 11 days. It's just crazy. Yeah. Either make it instant or make it take 10 years. I don't know, but 11 days is so weird.
Right, not that one.
It was so helpful that
they're
he
actually
just plucked them from the gym.
Yeah, right. There actually is like a fake out line where he is like, we have 11 months to prepare. Oh, I meant 11 days. My bad. And I was like, thank Christ it wasn't 11 months, but still 11 days is too long. They have to learn how to use their powers. Boring. They are like, they have to learn to trust each other. They don't, because they don't know each other. Remember the original Power Rangers? They were already friends hanging out. These guys have to like, oh, we have to figure out why we like each other. We have to figure out our bond.
We all have trauma.
The Black Ranger tries to go in his Zord before he masters Morphin, and it goes bad. He starts destroying a bunch of stuff because you need to be morphed in order to use the Zord, obviously. It's boring.
Wait. Is the indication there that the Morphin Zords are like angry beasts who wish to destroy the world?
They have sentience. They're just sitting in the cave, and they're like, look, these are the Zords, and they're just all like looking at them like, oh. And it's like,
oh my god,
I don't want to think about the Zords sitting around in a cave for 65 million years waiting for a guy to show up. That sucks.
Oh my god.
Anyway, as you might imagine, eventually they break through, they share a trauma session, they figure out what each of their deals are, they grow closer, they still can't morph though, and Zordon's like, you guys fucking suck. Rita's gonna take over the world, it's all your fault. If I was still a ranger, I would be able to defeat her. In fact, if you were all able to morph, it would open up the Morphin grid and unleash enough power to give myself physical form once more. I could resurrect myself using the power of the Morphin grid. If only you could all morph, which you can't because you all suck. And they were like, well, Zordon, we don't need to morph. We're going to go fight Rita ourselves. And obviously it goes really, really bad. They don't morph into Power Rangers. Rita Repulsa beats their ass. And Billy tells her that it's the Krispy Kreme, under the Krispy Kreme. That's where it is.
Quickly
and she's
to
like,
the Krispy Kreme.
She's like, okay, cool. Thanks for the information. I'm going to kill you. She kills Billy. He's dead.
No, Billy!
And they're like, we want them to know that this is not a fake out. So this scene goes on for a long time, and the whole time
They carry him back to
they
the
literally
base.
all carry him on their backs as a corpse back to the Power Rangers hideout. And because they don't want you to think, oh, he's just gonna get back up because he's a Power Ranger. No, they're
dead.
like, he's dead. He's a corpse now. They lay Billy at the feet of Zordon, and they're like, Zordon, we fucked up. We're so weak. And now Rita's gonna kill everybody. And it's so bad. And he's like, I'm sorry. I was maybe too harsh on you. Just kidding. No, he's like, oh, Red Ranger, you and me, we both make bad decisions and get our teammates killed. We suck. And he's like, how come everything I do is wrong? And then they're like, no, we all made this decision. We all made this terrible decision together. It's all of our fault. Billy's dead. And then like, oh, they're sharing a bond. Oh, this bond is what they needed to unlock their Morphin Power Rangers. In fact, as they're all like, yep, we all killed Billy. Oh, fuck. We did it bad this time. The Morphin grid starts to activate. It's opening. They're going to morph for the first time. And Alpha's like, Zordon, get in the rift. You can reattain your physical form. And then everything goes dark for a second. And they're like, Zordon, where is he, Zordon? And then he appears back in the wall. And they're like, Zordon, why didn't you get in the rift? That was your only chance. And he's like, I know, but it can only resurrect one person. And then they turn around and Billy's like, which is great. I don't know why. I don't know why the rift does this. Why it only has enough energy to bring one soul back from beyond. But whatever. That's the thing, is if they were doing the cartoony version of all this, I would just be like, yeah, that's just how it works. But they're not.
Yep.
They're making it all like serious and real. And so it's like, okay, why is that how that works? I don't know.
Very
Who
good.
cares?
So good.
Anyway, Billy's back. They can all morph. They do.
It's morphin' time.
They don't even.
morphin' time.
He does say it's morphin' time.
Fuck yeah.
But
Obviously.
it doesn't sound good.
Okay, wait,
He does it
hold on.
bad.
I have to share, like I said, my huge beef I have with this movie. And again, coming from someone who is not a Power Rangers fan. So I have to assume actual Power Rangers fans also thought this. I, the whole time, was waiting for the orchestral version of Go Go Power Rangers to
Right.
play at a
Because
really
there's all this-
like
there's been all this
critical
swelling
moment
music
of
in the
like
background.
swelling, and like they'd first all appear together like coming over a hill or something, and
Yeah,
then they're all in their
they go,
suits, and it'd be like
dun,
dun 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 dun. I was like, that's gonna happen for sure. That doesn't ever fucking
it never
happen, and
happens.
I cannot believe that doesn't happen.
It sucks too. Also, when they reveal that they're all in the suits, they're in like a dark hallway together. I'm like, go outside, fucking show the people. But it looks so bad. I think that's
knows
why they're
what
trying to
the
hide a
movie
lot of
anymore.
it.
I don't know if this is a lesson that has been learned by the big corporate bigwigs up in Hollywood yet. I'm guessing no, but like when you're doing these reboot movies, 90% of your job is just to make a kick-in remix of whatever
Yeah.
song people
Right.
most like
Well,
from
that's
that
what
series.
that's what's so shocking. And you know what? They play like not even 5 seconds, like 4 seconds of Go Go Power Rangers, like
Yeah.
a new version of the song, not the original song.
Yeah,
And like, it feels so weirdly not fun. And like, also the fact that they're like, all right, guys, here you go. They throw it over when they're all running towards Goldar in their Zords.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it's just like Go Go Power Rangers, and I was like, ugh, it's just not. This
It
didn't
sucks.
have the what you like
That's-
the effect.
Yeah.
you
That's
want.
the
They
one
fight us-
part
they-
you gotta do.
You just got to do that. They just want to see him in the suit, and they just want to hear the song. Just put that in there.
I cannot believe it. I mean, like, it just felt so like they were like, oh yeah, we almost forgot. Here's the song.
Yeah.
Like
Anyway-
that's what it felt like.
Anyway, Zordon's still a wall. They're Power Rangers now. They do the regular Power Ranger fight for a little while. They're like quipping, but they're not doing it the way the Power Rangers would do it. It sucks.
This is-
Whatever.
I'm sorry, CJ. I'm completely derailing you here, but I'm still stuck on this before. Can you imagine if they did some like live action Kim Possible reboot and they never did the beep 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 beep? It would
Well, they did.
Was it?
They
wasn't
did
there,
do that.
There was a Kim Possible live action.
that
wasn't there?
can't be right. That
I-
can't
Wait,
be
there
right.
was.
did you actually not know that?
Yeah.
No. I did not know this because this can't be
Yeah,
right.
there's a real live action Kim Possible remake.
Yeah,
dude.
oh, yeah.
They do the beep.
I don't know. I haven't seen
It
it.
came out in 2019.
I thought you were doing
All
a
right.
joke. I thought maybe
No,
they
we-
didn't actually do the
Surely
song.
they
in
No,
do
we
that.
need to check into this now. I see
All
it's
right.
got a
We did the
nice
beep. All right, hey.
3.8 on IMDb.
let us know if you want a Kim Possible episode. I loved Kim Possible,
Yeah, we
so
could do
I would
that.
be willing
I
to do
wanted
it.
Fucking Kim Possible.
I would
episode.
do a
Hell
Kim
yeah.
Possible episode.
Oh wow, the girl from How I Met Your Mother and from American Pie. She's Kim Possible's mom.
Oh, Allison Hannigan. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah,
Alright.
she's in Buffy too. You're right.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Put the damn song in your remakes, idiots. Yeah, they fight for a while. Of course, they get in the Zords. This is another thing, because the Black Ranger gets in his Zord and starts stomping all of the Putty Patrol. They're still called Putty Patrol. Again, that's what's so fucking infuriating. It's like they clearly wanted to keep the stuff from the old things, but they're also shitting on it the whole time. It's like, stop it! So yeah, so he shows up in his Zord. He's like stomping the Putty Patrol, and I'm like, dude, that's an escalation that you are not allowed to make.
We do count that as an escalation, yeah.
I was so pissed off. I was like, no, you're supposed to wait till they get big first. But Goldar is like big now out there somewhere. So I guess that's whatever. Yes, they all get in their Zords. Alpha goes, go, go, Power Rangers. And then they play, like 4 seconds of go, go, Power Rangers. And they still pissed me off even on this one because all of the Zords are like driving to the scene to go fight or whatever, but then they're like, oh, the blue one, he doesn't know how to drive it because he's, because this is the first time they're driving it, so he's driving it backwards. He's being a silly guy. It's like, just make him do it right for fucking once. He's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. So they cut the song short so that they can do this dumb
I'm
joke
autistic,
where
I can't drive.
where he's driving it backwards. It fucking infuriates me. Anyway, they fight as the robots for a while. The big hole opens up under the Krispy Kreme. That's where the crystal is. They don't merge together because they're so stupid. They don't even know that that's a thing they can do. They all get pushed in this big hole. While they're in the big hole, they transform into Megazord, but like it doesn't show the transformation sequence, pissing me off even further because presumably these new robots they designed could not possibly fit together in any meaningful way because they're all designed to look like smooth transformers.
Right, they didn't start from the toys and go backwards.
That's exactly my fucking problem with all this. I don't want a toy of these ones. They look stupid. Anyway, but this movie doesn't sell toys. This movie sells Krispy Kreme donuts.
That's true.
And all of this fighting is happening around the Krispy Kreme because that is the nexus point they're all trying to get to. So every scene, it's like, there's the Krispy Kreme. Oh, yep, I see where they are now because the Krispy Kreme's over there. Anyway, they all fall in this hole. They merge together into Megazord. Megazord looks pretty bad because he just is like a generic human robot. He does not look like he was a bunch of robots combined together.
Oh, that sucks.
They fight Goldar, who combines with Rita Repulsa. They eventually beat her. They hit Rita Repulsa so hard that she gets blasted off again into space. And they save the day, and they all learn something. And then the Red Ranger puts his Red Ranger sword back in the pedestal, I guess, that he got it from. And because at one point, Zordon was like, oh, a leader needs a sword. Here, take this sword. But then he puts it back and he's like, you should keep that. He's like, we'll be back for it if we ever need it, which we won't because they're not making a sequel to this movie. It sucks so bad.
We're not doing another one.
And then that's pretty much it. And then the movie's fucking over. And then it shows all the like kids and they're like, oh, I love the fucking Red Ranger. I love the Blue Ranger. Oh, Yellow Ranger's so cool. It's like the kids would not be thinking that with these Rangers. They would be like, oh, wow, that looked bad. That was really scary. Remember when they blew up our whole fucking town? Okay, so that's what a bad Power Ranger movie looks like. That sucked, right? We hated.
Would you say like 9 out of 10 or like 8?
Let's go see what's Rotten Tomatoes score is here. Rotten Tomatoes, Power Rangers, 2017. Perfect.
I should say
not Saban's Power Rangers.
The Kim Possible one I was looking at before, IMD of 3.8, Rotten Tomatoes 100%.
No fucking shit. Oh, it is called Saban's Power Rangers sometimes. He got his name on the on the poster. All right. I won't want my name on this one.
I see another Reddit post of someone saying, I watched it. This is from August 2025. I watched it. I liked it. Solid 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, a 7.5. Is that a like? I guess I don't like it when people make everything in like the 7 area and just say that it's good or not good or like whatever. But like, I guess 7.5 is technically positive. But...
I see 51% on Rotten Tomatoes for the Power Rangers 2017.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well. 5.3.
5.9 on IMDb.
Yeah, that's too high. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of A.
Okay, wait.
What the fuck?
Comparatively to the other movie, which is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always, 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.7 IMDb. So
that was worse on IMDb.
A little worse on IMDb, a little bit better on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay. Well, people don't know what the fuck.
People don't know what they like.
It underperformed at the box office. Yeah, no shit. Okay.
Shocking.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay. let's go now to Power Rangers Once and Always. This is a 2023 movie. It just came out. It is awesome. It's awesome. Do you know why it's awesome, Ethan? Because Billy is back. It's
Billy!
the guy. It's Billy and Zach. Both of them are still, they're looking, I mean, a little older than we are, but they're still the blue and the black Rangers.
Yeah. No, I love whoever that actor is for the Blue Ranger. I love that he really, like, he figured out where he was at in life.
He's
you
like,
know,
I'm not getting any higher than Blue Ranger, so I'm gonna be the Blue Ranger.
Right. It's like, you know, this is not my stepping stone to a bigger acting career. This is where I'm at right here.
So this movie, immediately we start in media res. We've got fighting. It's Billy. He's like lying face down, beaten up on the grass, and it's a bunch of putty patrol, and they're all like, and I'm like, yes, they're making the sound. I missed that sound. And he's getting attacked, but by whom? We see it's Robo Rita Repulsa. Remember, Rita Repulsa got blasted by the Z wave, so she doesn't exist anymore. But now there's this Robo Rita Repulsa.
Oh, beans.
And she's like, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, huh. Oh, no. Okay. This, I have to say line by line, because this is how you do a movie for your source material. Rita Repulsa goes, do you have any last words? And he's like, it's morphin' time. And then he immediately becomes the Blue Ranger. Awesome. Yeah, I've got some words for you, Robo Rita Repulsa. It's morphin' time. And another thing is, the way he says it's morphin' time is a very bad line read. And I don't know if it's a bad line read because he's not a very good actor, or if he is intentionally trying to make it sound like the original series one. Because it does sound almost exactly the same as how he used to say it in the original one, which was, in fairness, pretty flat, of just being like, it's morphin' time.
It's morphin' time.
I like that. I do like that.
So he goes, Triceratops. And so he's the Blue Ranger. He's fighting all of them.
Fuck yeah.
And his Ranger buddies show up to back him up eventually. They all teleport in. They're just there now.
Yep,
awesome.
fuck yeah.
It rules. They're fighting the Putty Patrol. Rita's like, I'm so strong and robotic now, I bet I could cast a spell that could kill someone. It's like, wow, that's a crazy... You couldn't do that before, A, and B, you're just gonna whip that out right now in the first 5 minutes of this movie? She winds up this spell and shoots it right at Billy, and it's like, no, Billy is gonna die. You know who else says that? The Yellow Ranger. She sees this happening. She goes, no. I don't know if they have a history. I don't know why she's so invested on protecting Billy.
Well, because they're the Power Rangers. They're friends.
I guess, yeah. But she jumps in the way of this blast, hovers in the air for a second as energy courses through her, and fucking explodes. She just explodes.
Yeah, like she actually
explodes. It was crazy. I was not ready for it. And then Robo Rita's like, haha, get exploded. We're out of here. And just leaves. It's crazy. I was like, what? You're winning. You just exploded one of them. Their morale is low.
I know that Lizzie's opinion of this one is not very high, but I'm having a fun time listening so far.
I think it's fine.
It rules.
Like I said, it's so hard for me to, connect because I don't really have any Power Rangers histories.
Yeah.
But
that's fair.
I love it. And like all the lines are like shouted into a microphone after the fact and dubbed over. It's so good.
Hell yeah.
So the Yellow Ranger is dead. And she is survived by her daughter. That's right. The Yellow Ranger had sex at one point and had a daughter who is now a teenager with attitude. Interesting.
No father.
Father unnamed.
Unnamed, unknown.
She is, and because of Zordon's rules that they still follow, her daughter does not know that her mother was a Power Ranger, which is crazy because
pretty good.
She doesn't know. Like, she doesn't have a dad in the picture. Like, what do you do for daycare? But apparently the other Rangers are like uncles and aunts.
Sure.
But it's not like they can take care of her.
An alcohol problem. I didn't know she was disappearing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they are like, we're gonna have to break the rule and we have to tell her daughter that her mom was a Power Ranger because they didn't tell her before. They're like, we have to tell her. And Zach, the Black Ranger, is like, no, we can't. It's against the rules. We can't let her know that Rita Repulsa killed her mother. And then, of course, like, she does the thing where she was walking in right as they were saying that. She like drops her books. Boom. Title card 1 year later. All right. It's been a year.
This movie opened with 2 flashbacks, by the way.
Yeah, it ruled. Okay. It's a year later. We are learning that the daughter is training to be, like, she wants revenge on Rita Repulsa. Robo Rita Repulsa's out there. She's in the dark dimension. The other Rangers are searching for her. They are trying to track her down, but they haven't had any luck yet. The best that they can do is go back to their headquarters, which has been blown up several times now. So this is a new headquarters.
That does happen.
And Billy is talking to Alpha 9. Interesting. I thought it was Alpha 5. The Alpha robots seem to blow up every once in a while, or like bad things happen to them. This has happened in previous series. This is not the first time we get a new Alpha robot, but Alpha 9 is there, and he acts just like how Alpha 5 used to act.
Yeah, it's the same guy over and over.
I like that he's not Bill Hader talking over a CGI robot. I like that he's a man in a robot suit moving very erratically, like he doesn't know what to do with his arms. That's great.
Do we kind of robot walk? I really like it.
Yeah, the little C-3PO walk, yeah. We get another flashback. Billy is like, it's all my fault that the Yellow Ranger is dead. And Zach's like, you can't blame yourself. He's like, no, it literally is my fault. Allow me to show you in flashback. He flashes back. He's like, hey, Alpha 8, what's going on? Uh-oh, something's going to happen to Alpha 8, probably. He's like, I've repaired this time tube, and I think we can summon Zordon back from the dimension.
Yeah.
We're going to pull him back. They're like, okay, let's give it a shot. He's like, Zordon, are you there? Can you hear me? As he does so, Zordon's tube goes evil and purple and shatters. And a purple goo shoots out of the tube and is absorbed by Alpha 8. And it becomes Robo Rita.
Oh, that makes sense.
She used Alpha 8's robotic body and combined her evil soul. She was like, when Zordon got scattered over the cosmos, so did I. And now that you have reconstituted me, I am evil and a robot. And I'm going to kill you all. And so not only did Billy...
You know what? I'm done fucking around here. We've been doing this thing too long. I'm going to kill you guys.
So not only did Billy get sacrificed for by the Yellow Ranger, but also he feels like he's the reason that Rita Repulsa is back in the first place. I mean, he is. That's kind of his fault. The Black Ranger, Zach, has taken custody of the daughter of the expired Yellow Ranger. This is all actually kind of sweet too.
Oh, her name's Min.
Min, yeah. This is kind of sweet too that they're doing all this because the Yellow Ranger is dead in real life, and they actually very tastefully did like a tribute to her like throughout the show, and it's actually kind of really nice. It's nice when you have source material that you care about and are honoring it instead of pissing on it for no reason.
Instead of being like, this shit sucks.
This is so stupid.
We'll try and make money off of it.
And so Rita has this new device. She's got a plan. She's going to open up a time portal. And she's going to go back to herself when she got released from the prison tube, the garbage. And she is going to join forces with a past version of herself. And together, their combined forces are going to destroy the Power Rangers and take over the world. A great plan. But to power her device, she needs a crazy amount of energy. Where's she going to get all the energy from? All of the other Power Rangers have a connection to the Morphin Grid. So she's going to capture the Power Rangers, turn them into literal toys, and plug those toys into her machine that's going to sap their Ranger powers and open a time portal to go to the past. Awesome plan.
She uses a guy named Snizzard, by the way.
One of the villains is named Snizzard. She rebuilt a couple of her villains from the previous series, but now they're robots now. So there's Robo Snizzard, and different like Robo Minotaur or something like that. Um, so they're there too.
It's so good.
Yeah, it rules. Min takes the Morphin coin from her mom's little like memorial section that they have in their house, because she thinks that she can become the Yellow Ranger, but she can't. She hasn't been chosen.
She even says, like, doesn't she say it's morphin time?
Yeah,
and she
she
holds it up and nothing
Nothing
happens.
happens. It's like, oh man, that's so embarrassing for you.
Yeah, it's every childhood where they bought one of those things. You know, every kid out there tried it.
And so then a bunch of stuff happens. So now we start to finally get some cool fighting. Rita is taking over. She's like invading the whole planet, and they're like, we planned for this. Activate the every Power Ranger protocol. And so all the Power Rangers are all like off fighting in different places on the planet, fighting back the Putty Patrol.
Yeah, and when you say all the Power Rangers, you mean like all the different series.
Yeah. Well, and so like a couple of their Mighty Morphin guys got turned into little toys.
The toys, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We never saw their faces in the earlier scene. They were always Rangers. This is another part I like about the movie, is that they're concealing the fact that they don't have specific actors by always having them in their Ranger outfits whenever they're on screen. And I'm like, that's very true to the original, I would say.
Yeah.
Wait, can I point out something that cracked me up during this movie? Was they cut to like a news report of a lady being like, monsters called
Putty Patrollers,
I believe are called Putty Patrol, are attacking the town. And I was like, can you imagine going on live television news and being like, the Putty Patrol are attacking us?
But this isn't new. She was like, we haven't seen Putty Patrollers in years, and now they're back. And it's like, okay, so I guess everyone just got used to this happening.
We thought we were finally rid of the scourge that is the Putty Patrol.
Man, I thought we were too. So they're like, well, we can't use Megazord. We need all the people. Again, and this is where they're like, let's be flexible. Okay, we already came up with a way to use the Yellow Zord without a Yellow Ranger. We put like an autopilot thing on it or something.
It has autopilot.
And then they're like, all right, let's get other Rangers from other squads to come fill out our squad, and then we'll have it. So they get a Red Ranger and a Pink Ranger from a different squad,
from a different iteration,
right? Because their red and pink and green Rangers all got turned into toys, and their Yellow Ranger's dead. So they do like a funny little bit. They're like, is this another one of your simulations or whatever? And he's like, no, this is for real. Rita Repulsa is here. And they're like, okay, how are we gonna do this? And they're like, we made these duplicate coins that you can use to activate Dino Morphin powers. And they're like, wait, I thought we weren't ever supposed to use multiples at once. And they're like, well, they don't explain all this. This is my explanation. And I'm like, okay, they're toys in a machine now, so I guess they don't really count as being... But they are still connected to the Morphin grid, but I guess they're just like, whatever. You guys are the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers now. And they're like, all right, cool. Let's morph. And then they do the Tyrannosaurus.
Whatever, we need this for the plot.
Yeah. They have access to, or they think they're going to have access to their Megazord, but they see that Min, who again was trying to be a hero and fight all the Putty Patrol people and tried to morph, is unable to morph. So they go get her. They're like, you're not a Ranger. If you were a Ranger, you would know it. Later, they're fighting and she fake out dies, but it's very short. And as she dies, she is infused with this yellow energy. I think she does the same thing that her mom does, where she jumps in front of Billy to like protect him from a Rita blast. But this time, I remember this scene because this rules. This time, she had her Morphin coin in her jacket pocket, like how you have a Bible sometimes, and like a bullet shoots you into the Bible and it protects you. But this time, it's her mother's Morphin coin, and it protects her from beyond the grave, and it infuses her. She starts to see all of her mother's memories, which is weird because she did have sex to make her. But she learns, she taps
maybe not
into
those memories.
She taps into the Morphin grid, and she is like, I think I'm the Yellow Ranger now. And they're like, yeah, you definitely are. It's Morphin time. And they all morph, and they all get their Zords.
So good.
And then Robo Rita at one point is like, make him grow, because she always says that.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And so Snizzard becomes Giant Snizzard. They're all fighting on the moon. They're in her moon palace.
Yeah, of course.
And then this part doesn't look very good because it's all CGI and it's pretty low budget CGI.
Oh, that's a shame.
It is a real
You could do low budget not CGI and it would be awesome.
I know. Yeah, this is definitely a tick in the negative column for this one.
That's a shame.
But tick in the positive column for this one is a movie that is less than an hour long. So we're pretty much done now. They do the fight stuff. They beat Snizzard as a giant. The Min is like, how do I pilot this thing? And he'll be like, it'll be second nature to you. And it's like, oh, that's like they said. Once you're tapped into the morphin grid, you just know how to do stuff. They're not fucking driving backwards because it's like, oh, I don't know. And then they destroy Robo Rita and save the planet. And that's pretty much it.
That's so beautiful.
I don't think there's anything else that happens. That's just like, and then they're like once a ranger, always a ranger, and then they were like in memory of, and then it showed all like the
it was
dead
really sweet.
rangers
I
from
felt
the
like I
original
could
series.
cry from that.
I almost did. I was like, oh, they really like.
And again, not a Power Rangers fan, but I was like, oh.
Yeah, because they were like once a ranger, always a ranger, and then they like showed their pictures, and it's like, oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
Because the guy who played the Green Ranger, I think, died like during the production of this movie.
Yeah, he wasn't in the movie.
He had some weird stuff going on in his life.
Yeah, he was definitely like he himself was lived a duplicitous life, just like the Green Ranger.
Wow. They said, "Bring me teenagers with attitude."
They really did. That was another joke. Is like Alpha 5 was like talking to Zach, and because now Zach's like Min's guardian, I guess, and she was like,
"Sure." He
was like, "Not so hard raising teenagers with attitude, huh?" And he's like, "You got that right." And I'm like, "Oh, you guys."
You sillies.
So yeah, that's better. Listen, this movie was like 55 minutes long. And just so much better. But there was like one scene when all the Rangers are like, because they lost the other Rangers, so they hadn't been able to fight as a team. But they get the Ranger squad back together, and they do the thing where they're like coming over a grassy hill, and as they do, just like explosions in the background for no reason, and it's like, fuck yeah, it's like I'm like, yeah, get their ass.
Oh, the song.
Yeah, they used the music, they used the songs. It was awesome. Anyway,
Very good.
I think that movie's easy 8 out of 10 for me. Probably a 9 out of 10, depending on if I'm...
How drunk I am.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's, you're going to learn a lot about Power Rangers from all that, I think. That's how
Honestly, I know a lot more about Power Rangers. I would say I am now a Power Rangers fan from the minimal amount of info I've learned.
There is another fun fact. They tried to re-release the Power Rangers, and they said that they were going to like, I don't know, do the stuff where they clean it up or whatever. And all.
Sure.
For the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series, and they also added in a bunch of like comic book edits and like silly sound effects over the top of it. And people hated it so much that they stopped like halfway through. They were like releasing the updated ones, and they're like, this is really, really bad. People got really upset, and so they stopped doing it. So there is, I think that's the Power Rangers Reignited. So probably don't watch that one. These are all on Netflix right now. Not that I like Netflix.
I mean, like, if I had watched something from a while ago, and then I heard the news, we're gonna re-release it like in higher quality, I'd be like, oh, great.
Yay.
And then they were like, and we're changing some things.
We're changing
in it. I'd be like,
we're putting
what
really
the
annoying.
fuck?
Oh, boo!
We're putting super annoying stuff over the top of all of it. Anyway, so go watch Power Rangers. It's all on Netflix. Don't pay for Netflix. Try and steal it or something if you can.
If you want a good Power Rangers recommendation for something goofy to get your fix, this just came out this year. It's an anime series called The Red Ranger Becomes an Adventurer in Another World.
Yeah.
What?
It is, yes.
Is it
So it is an isekai where as it sounds, the Red Ranger goes to like a high fantasy world, but what's it called? Power Ranger rules still apply to him.
Awesome.
Well, there's
It's very good.
also like a Power Rangers anime that's new-ish.
Yeah.
It's like, and they're like centered around gelato flavors.
Yeah, I don't really know what that's all about. It's actually kind of crazy how kicking this series still is. I mean, I guess it's a long-standing tradition in Japan already, but yeah, even still, they're still pumping out the Power Rangers.
There's so much Power Rangers.
If you just keep the fights, keep the practical effects, the over-the-top action, and all the fucking kick-ass music in it, you're gonna have a good Power Ranger thing every time. Hire me. I'll write a Power Rangers for you. I also remember playing Power Rangers Dino Force, the video game, which was extremely janky and not a very good video game. Maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe I'll play that game on my stream, Cooking with Spices, because, yeah, sometimes we stream. Oh, wow. It looks like could it be? Yeah, I'm getting to the end of the episode where I start to do all the, like, sign-off stuff.
Whoa.
Sorry, I did that one a little bit early. I got excited thinking about Power Rangers. But you know what else I'm excited about is that you made it to the end of the episode. That's right. Thanks, guys, for listening to another episode of The Lore You Know. If you have any suggestions for any episodes or just want to tell us how good of a job we're doing, those are the only two options. You can comment those things only. And give us a good rating, because why not? We're going to keep making a bunch of random topics for now, and it'll be fun. We're going to learn a lot about whatever the Japanese culture of making superheroes in costumes, maybe, who knows. But what I do know is we want to thank Galestorm Kitsune for doing the artwork for our channel, and we do want to thank Apajo for doing the intro and outro song, probably about as good as the Go-Go Power Rangers song. Maybe I'll mash those up and play them for myself, because I'm not going to do that for the episode. That would be how you get content struck. Check us out on twitch.tv/cookingwithspices. I stream sometimes. It's pretty funny.
Woo.
Anything else?
It's morphin' time.
It's morphin' time? It's
Triceratops.
morbin time?
It's not Morbin time.
It's never been morbin
never
time.
been
It will
morbin
never
time.
be morbing time. Down with morbing time, up with morphin time. I'm CJ. I'm the Red Ranger. It's morphin time. CJ, Tyrannosaurus. Quick, Lizzie, now you go.
Okay, I've been Liz. I guess I'll be the pink
You
one.
gotta be. Yeah, you can be the yellow one. You want the cat, the saber
I do want the cat.
Saber-tooth tiger.
Okay.
You have to say it's morphin time. Saber-tooth tiger.
It's Morphin time. Saber-tooth tiger.
That's even too much inflection.
Okay, sorry.
All right, Ethan. Now you.
I've been Ethan. It's morphin' time. Mastodon.